Hi everybody, my name is Kim Greene. I'm Chairman, President, and CEO of Southern Company Gas. And in recognition of Customer Service Week, as well as Hispanic Heritage Month, I'm very excited to be showing you how we connect culture with customer service. And I'm with one of our bilingual customer service representatives. We're going to talk to you more today about the importance of her role here at the Customer Contact Center.
Hola, me llamo Ileana Ramos. My name is Ileana Ramos, and I am a bilingual onboarding specialist for the Energy Connection Center at Atlanta Gaslight. I'm also a proud Mexican.
Ileana, it's really a privilege to be here with you today. I'm looking forward to sitting down and listening to you interact with our customers. So let's go hear how it's done.
Let's go. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm so happy that you can join us today.
It's a real privilege to be with you, Ileana. And as we just talked about a little bit earlier, this is Hispanic Heritage Month, which runs from September 15th to October 15th. It's a wonderful opportunity to really give tribute to the contributions of Hispanic Americans and recognize all of the contributions they've made to this wonderful country that we live in. So you mentioned that you're Mexican. Can you tell us a little bit more about your background and what Hispanic Heritage Month means to you?
So I was born in Mexico. My parents moved my sister and I to the States when I was 5, she was 2. My culture is just like really rich in color, it's very vibrant. Hispanics are very big on family unity. A lot of Hispanics tend to live together. I think you've probably heard of the phrase, it takes a village to raise a kid. So it just helps with raising children, expenses, spending time with loved ones, and we're also very hardworking people.
And that's wonderful. Thank you very much. And speaking of hardworking, you work really hard here, I know, at the Contact Center. Talk about the benefits of being bilingual and how that can help our customers.
Yes, so being bilingual definitely opens up a lot of opportunities. It also, when you're bilingual, you have to learn to think critically. There's not a Spanish word for all American or English words, and there's not an English word for all Spanish words. So you have to learn how to think critically. You have to learn how to be able to communicate well, and those are skills that you can take from job to job.
Have you had a particularly challenging experience that you can think about?
Yeah, actually, the one that comes to mind is like right after the pandemic started, there was a customer who called in very upset because I guess one of the contractors that was working on renewing gas lines around his home caused some landscaping issues, and he was just really upset. Those are not the types of calls that my department takes, but being that he was so upset, I just thought it would be a bad idea to transfer him over. So I went ahead and took the call. The customer was saying really rude things like racial slurs, saying things about like the contractors were Mexican, they didn't speak English, just really ugly things, calling me out my name. Eventually I was able to resolve the issue for him, but even after the call, it just it made me feel like it bothered me, for a while, even after the call ended.
Yeah, I can completely understand, and I'm sorry that you had to listen to that. But I guess there are other opportunities that you have to feel really satisfied about being able to work with a customer and help them. So can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I can relate to a lot of customers who do call in because as a child, my parents didn't speak English, so I had to translate for them as a child, and a lot of times I didn't know what big English words were or even big Spanish words were. So that just felt like a lot of pressure at the doctors or anytime, where I had to translate and be put into that situation as a kid, trying to help out your family. So a lot of times when I do get calls and I'm speaking to teenagers or just kids that I know don't understand and they're just trying to help out their parents, it's very satisfying for me to hear that sense of relief when I tell them that I can speak directly to your parents and let them know what the process is instead of them trying to go back and forth. And the parents are also really relieved as well.
That's really heartwarming, and I am sure you provide a lot of relief to a lot of families. Out of the nearly 4.5 million customers that we have, certainly there are a lot who can benefit by speaking with you. So thank you very much for what you do. So there may be young people who are bilingual who are thinking about getting into some sort of industry, thinking about what their career may be. What sort of advice would you give to people who are bilingual about getting into the customer care area?
I would definitely say go for it. I think as young Hispanics, we tend to want to help our families all the time, and we settle for like labor jobs or easy coming jobs where especially the men, they go into construction or factory type of work, and I just would encourage them to use their minds instead of like physical type of work. Customer service is a very satisfying role where you can give back to your own community by helping out. So I definitely would suggest it. I would definitely advise to go for it.
So Ileana, speaking to somebody in their native language is a great way to bridge cultures. So for those of us who speak English and don't speak Spanish, are there a couple of phrases that you would recommend to us that we can use to ensure that we're communicating with someone to let them know we care about them?
Yeah, I would first suggest hola, ¿cómo estás? Which means, hi, how are you? You want to make sure that the customer feels greeted instead of just trying to rush them off to a translator or someone else. So definitely try to greet them, hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Perfect. And then the second phrase I would suggest is, ¿en qué le podemos ayudar? Which means, how can I help you today?
¿En qué la podemos ayudar?
Perfect.
I don't think it's perfect, but I will work on it. So thank you very much. Those are really great phrases. So another celebration that is really important to Hispanic culture is the Dia de Muertos, Day of the Dead. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, so the Day of the Dead, El Día de los Muertos, is a very significant holiday for Mexicans. It's a day that we take to honor and celebrate, pay our respects to our loved ones who have passed. There's different variations of how it's done, depending on what part of Mexico one is from. The way I grew up seeing it done is the first day, which is November 1st, you celebrate the young people who, the children or the people that were not married. Those people are celebrated first, and then the November 2nd, it would be the married people or older people who have passed. On both days, we put out candy, drinks, food, all types of flowers, all types of things out like on a table. Some people have like an offering room. But yeah, we put all those things out and just celebrate them and just remember just things that they did or, just memories of them. So once it's over, we would just distribute all the food between either the neighborhood or anyone who is participating, like in the household.
Well, thanks for sharing so much about your heritage. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes. I wanted to ask you, what's your favorite part about Hispanic Heritage Month?
Well, I think it's a wonderful opportunity to really highlight all the contributions from people who have Mexican or Hispanic heritage and to what they've done to the United States. And when I think about Hispanic culture, I really love it. I think about some of the things that you mentioned, and I've heard it described as the 5 F's: family, faith, food, fiesta, and football. So I love all of those things, and I think that the Hispanic culture is fun, and I love the family focus, and it's just, I think, a really great time for all of us in the United States, again, to really think about and remember the importance of Hispanics to our culture and celebrate that heritage and what we love so much about them.
Awesome. Another question I wanted to ask you is, have you ever visited a Hispanic country?
Actually, I have. I've been to a few. Let me think. I've been to Spain, been to Mexico, I've been to Argentina, and that's probably it. And what I remember about all of those different countries, are, I think about Spain and Barcelona, some of the incredible architecture. An architect named Gaudi has some incredible churches and beautiful buildings. Certainly in Mexico, Argentina, just wonderful food, beautiful scenery, and a really welcoming culture. Every time that I was in any of those countries, and my Spanish is not great, but I try a little bit, and it just seems that people really appreciate that, and they're very welcoming and make me feel at home. It's really nice.
It sounds like my people.
Yes. It is. It's wonderful. Well, Ileana, it's been such a pleasure to spend time with you. Thank you for sharing more about your role as a bilingual onboarding specialist. And it's really just a privilege to be able to learn more about how you do that and how you take such good care of our customers.
Gracias so much, Kim, for joining us today and for this opportunity to recognize Hispanic Heritage Month and Customer Service Week.
Thank you so much. And at Southern Company Gas, we all have a responsibility to fuel equity in everything we do. So I hope that you'll take this time during Hispanic Heritage Month to be an ally and ensure that we are connecting with our colleagues and our customers who have Hispanic heritage. Let them know how much we appreciate them and do what we can to connect with them directly. It's also just a wonderful opportunity, again, during Customer Service Week, to thank so many of our colleagues who are spending so much time taking great care of our customers and ensuring, especially those who might not be English as a first language speakers, being sure that they are well taken care of. Happy Customer Service Week, happy Hispanic Heritage Month, and I look forward to seeing you all again very soon.